Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it,
To apologize, it's too
when I did it, I was fucked up.
late to apologize.
I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Nobody knows why liars lie. Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side. Country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good. Uber cabbage and look like Mr. Potato Head.
I didn't want to be a movie star.
No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act. Cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. Sid ain't got no special, you remember? Eve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Sir, I have 12 comedy specials. P. Diddy or whoever you is. TVJ, 20 of them. I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. Rubble on top of rubble and I'll still be bombing. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You say no. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You say no.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Guidance goes live. Also, please do your due diligence to make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving notifications. Okay, because YouTube does unsubscribe people on a regular. All right, so let's get into it. Can you all see me clear? I hope you all can see me clear because my camera software was removing itself for an update and I didn't have time to wait. Okay, so hello, all hell nah. PYT Toot is in the house. Claudette, Stacy, Lillian. Okay, Amuthala is here. Randa, Jamal, Shebrew, Stacy. All right, let's get into it. Buckhorse DC. All right, shout out to all my loyal royals. I see your root trackers. Rear is in the house. Desmond, Jervis, Anita Harrell, Lynn, 504 Nola, Samantha, Nessie X, Poetical Winds. All right. William is here. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Let's get this party started. Because listen, after this video, I'm coming right black. I'm coming right black at about 1 o'clock because I'm going to do a reaction video to something somebody put out yesterday. It is so nefarious, but I have to talk about it. So first things first, let's get into Diddy. They say the fall of Diddy, chilling revelations. Cassie's makeup artist recalls harrowing hotel assault. All right, so this is something from the documentary, which I still haven't watched. I mean, they're coming out left and right. I haven't caught up yet. Now, an associate of Cassie Ventura's, whose allegations of abuse against Sean Diddy Combs kicked off the hip-hop mogul's deluge of legal woes, is sharing what she witnessed of the pair's allegedly tumultuous relationship. A celebrity makeup artist, Mila Morales, who worked with a Me and You singer, claims that she came to Cassie Ventura's rescue in the aftermath of a violent argument with Combs during the Monday premiere of Investigation Discovery's The Fall of Diddy, a four-part docuseries that aims to illuminate the harrowing allegations of violent behavior and illegal activity recently leveled against Diddy. All so nefarious, but let me continue. These people are something else. The way they write it, so, with all the dramatics, it's hilarious. Now, Morales said that the alleged altercation took place the weekend of the 2010 Grammy Awards. While staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel with Ventura, Morales said an irate Combs burst into the room looking for Ventura, after which the couple stepped away for an argument. The makeup artist says Ventura was visibly injured after she emerged from the dispute, noting she had knots upon her head, a bruised eye, and a busted lip. Morales said that she then called a friend of hers who was a doctor to treat Ventura, adding that the woman did not report the incident to the police nor go to the hospital for further treatment. She says, "We were scared off. We were scared of Puff. We were always scared of him. If we call the police, what would happen? He's a very powerful person in the business, and he can do things that will make you go away. And many people are afraid of him till this day." Ooh, can you imagine how many people still scared of Diddy? It's the boogeyman, okay? I'm scared of him too. Diddy is officially the boogeyman. I'm sorry, don't say his name 3 times. Now, in response to the fall of Diddy, producers' request for comment, Combs' representative said that Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail, that the accusations against Mr. Combs are pure fiction. Well, that's what it's all looking like. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but those 9 videotapes that Cassie supposedly gave the feds pretty much seem to be exculpatory in the words of Mark Agnifalio, and I believe that he's absolutely right. So if that's all the evidence, they got nothing. Okay, and they better be trying to come up with something real quick. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if Diddy gets off, I'm suing New York. All right? I'm suing New York, period. I'm suing. And that'll just be that. Okay? In fact, we should file a class action lawsuit if he gets off. All right, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention, but let me continue. So, anyway, it says that the producers didn't want to respond to requests for comment. Now, and further, Diddy's team says the truth will prevail. So, Ventura's November 2023 lawsuit against Combs, which was promptly settled one day later, no less, opened the floodgates to a series of accusations of assault and physical violence, which culminated in Combs' September 2024 arrest on charges of racketeering, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. All predicted by the Queen of Receipts. All predicted, not to pat myself on the back, not to by any way or any stretch of anyone's imagination, including my own, to toot my own horn. Never for that. Certainly not for clicks and views, as some of these nefarious YouTubers. Not to shout my own praises, but it was all predicted by the Queen of Receipts. Okay, it was all predicted by the Queen of Receipts. Diddy would go to jail mid to late September. And there he was arrested September the 16th. That prediction was very accurate. I just want you all to pay attention. You all are something else. Okay, Faye said, shout out to the Queen. Thank you, beloved. Listen, let's get into it because y'all, Trump is out here telling all the lies, and here's all the proof. Trump's out here telling lies, everybody, and here's all the proof. Like the lady who went in on poor little old Harry Styles, who bothers no one, mind you. Okay, Greta said Queen sure did predict it and was on point. Thank you, beloved. Now, that being said, let's get into it. James says, Queen, they should have had you in the documentary. I know, right? I know. Okay, so now let's talk about it because y'all, Trump is a hot mess. But before we get into it, hold on. I'm going to pull this video up, honey, where Trump is getting literally called out for filth. But before I pull that up, I need you all to see this comment that somebody left me. Lord, I don't know why people try to leave me crazy, slick comments. They know I'm going to come back and read them at some point. Okay, and now I want y'all to pay attention. I'm going to share my screen. I mean, I hate to be petty, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody has got to do it. Okay? Please pay attention. Now, H. Niffa said, why are you going after Allie? She's talking about children trafficked and you guys focusing on her. Shame on you. Is that what they said? I'm losing my voice. But nonetheless, they said, so many kids are suffering right now and you guys talking trash about her rather to focus on the children. Please sit down somewhere, sir, ma'am, or whomever you may or may not be. Okay? I said to them, speak what you know. On this channel, I do focus on the kids. I've interviewed the mothers of children who took their own lives due to bullying, highlighted cyberbullying of kids, highlighted missing kids, and definitely highlighted trafficking of kids. So if I don't believe Allie, that doesn't negate the fact that I've always focused on children. And if you think you have a right to your opinion, but think that I don't, that's ignorant. You can stop tuning in at any point. I surely won't lose any sleep. Peace and blessings. Okay? All I'm saying is sometimes you got to pop out and show ninjas. That's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to pop out and show ninjas. I don't know why they be coming for the queen. I mean, how do you tune in? Here's the thing. Now, you all know that I removed thousands upon thousands of my videos, right? Telling all that truth, which got me shadow banned, but I removed a great deal of my videos. But nonetheless, I do believe that I have at least 500 videos up. So, sir or ma'am, or whomever, if you tune in to someone's channel for the first time before you determine your opinion of them, why don't you watch at least a few of their videos? How about that? Watch at least a few of them, not just the one, okay? Because you can't really assess a person's character or traits if you just watch one video, is all I'm saying. And if they're speaking on something that's a long-standing trending story, it's more likely than not that they've done more than one video on that entire topic. So maybe go back and look at some of the ones prior to the one you're now watching. That's all I'm saying, okay? Sometimes you got to pop out and show ninjas. Please pay attention. Now, don't let me have to pull out Snoop Dogg's recording during this video, okay? So now let's get into it because y'all, didn't I tell you guys about Trump, okay? I want y'all to pay attention. Now, yesterday, speaking of comments, somebody left me a comment about the video that I did on yesterday. Okay, somebody left me a comment about that because I guess they didn't think I knew what I was talking about. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I screenshot it. I don't see it right now, but here's the thing. Someone left me a comment, and let me explain this to you guys. Let me be very crystal clear, okay? Because y'all are not going to be sitting up here trying to correct me, okay? Y'all not going to be sitting up here trying to correct me when you're wrong. Now, I'm all for correction. Like I said, if I say the wrong thing, or whatever, mispronounce a word or whatever, let me know so I don't look stupid. But don't try to correct the queen if you don't even know what you're talking about. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, okay? All right. Now, that being said, let's get into it. Hold on. I'm pulling up this receipt real quick. Here we go. Now, I told you all on yesterday when I was talking about Trump, and I said, you know, that federal freeze that Trump was talking about enacting. And then I told you all that according to the reports, they're saying that everything will be affected except for Social Security and Medicare. And then somebody said, well, and then I said that includes EBT. I said that includes EBT, and then somebody said no, it doesn't. That doesn't. Somebody was like, no, it doesn't include that. I don't think they would do that. And I said that's not what they're saying. We can't go by what we think. We can't go by what we think. We have to go by what we're told, right? What they're putting out there. That's the information. We have to take that information and decide whether or not to believe it. But what I'm not going to ever do is give the government the benefit of the doubt. If there is a scenario where they may or may not take food out of people's mouths, my guess is going to be that they're going to take food out of people's mouths. Not that they're going to say, oh, no, we can't take away that because people have to eat. No, that's not what I expect our government to do. Maybe another government, maybe the Philippines government, maybe somewhere else, but certainly not the United States government. No, I don't ever give them the benefit of the doubt. Whatever's the worst that they can do, I expect them to do it to the best of their ability. And that's just on Bops. Now, so with that all being said, let me make a point here. Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, why are you rambling on? Please get to the point. Okay, here it is. Now, when somebody left me a comment yesterday saying that, oh, but they said they weren't going to stop the payments to individuals. Yeah, I know they said it. I'm the one who read it to you. So the nerve of you to think you have to reiterate it to me, that's number one. But number two, here's the thing with that. Remember how I've told you all a myriad of times that people play with semantics? It's the same old story. Remember when I said that BlackRock, now I want y'all to pay attention because I'm going to make it all add up. Remember when I told you guys how BlackRock says they don't purchase single family homes ever? But then I said, well, they're telling a half truth and lying by omission because Blackstone, okay, which is tied to BlackRock, which they own portions of, a certain percentage of, they absolutely do purchase single family homes, okay? And so BlackRock benefits from that. They make a profit from it too. So even though they're not technically going to purchase it, another company associated with them is. So don't they really purchase single family homes if we really want to get technical? So that all been said, here you have the same scenario. Okay, here you have the same scenario. And I want you all to pay attention because when I told you on yesterday, he's going to have people out here starving. The kids won't be able to eat if they don't have their EBT because he says it's temporary. But how long is that? Okay. And then, oh, they're not going to stop the individual payments. Well, here's the problem. The individual payments come from organizations and programs, government-funded organizations, government-funded programs that disperse these things to the individuals. So they don't have to say, oh, we're going to stop your individual payments from coming. They don't have to say that. In fact, of course, they'll tell you they're not going to do that because then you may not be complaining because you're thinking, I'm still going to get my EBT card. I'm still going to get my cash on my card and my food stamps. You'll still be thinking that, and you just might still get it if it was already in the system. But for what comes after that, if it's not already in the system, well, when's it going to be in there again? And when will you get your next supply? Because here's the thing. Individuals do get their EBT payments, but the money and the food stamps come from a program titled SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It is a federal program that distributes electronic benefits transfer EBT cards to help low-income families to buy food. SNAP is also known as food stamps. Like I said, the most important thing here is it is a federal program that distributes. That means they issue this stuff out. And that means that they get their funds from the government. So if the government stops and puts a freeze, then it would be safe to assume that those SNAP benefits won't be getting dispersed either. It's all I was saying. But some of y'all think y'all so smart, okay? And then try to correct me and don't even know what you're talking about. All right? That's all I'm saying. And to me, that was quite frankly logical. Because, you got to pay attention because when the devils be talking, they talk with forked tongues. And they do something that I like to call double speak and gaslighting. Okay, so they say one thing and say they're not going to do one thing when the other thing that they're doing also makes them do that thing that they said they weren't going to do. Okay, so that's what I was talking about when I said people will be out here starving. But hold on, don't take my word for it because somebody went in on Donald Trump on yesterday. So let's get into it. Says Donald Trump told a whole lie, just like I knew he would. I mean, if it's one thing that I can depend on Trump to do, it's tell a lie. Okay, facts. Now, let me put an overlay upon this.
What the White House press secretary said at the podium earlier, I believe it is my duty to report to you the truth of what actually happened today in Illinois. Donald Trump's administration is lying to you. The White House's attempt to walk back what they did today does not match what we saw on the ground. They assured us that Medicaid would not be affected. That was a lie. Our state agencies were unable to access the Medicaid system until an hour ago, preventing payments for services. And this has been reported from states across the nation. When we reached out to federal agencies, they informed us that they have been directed not to discuss any guidance with states. They have canceled previously scheduled meetings for this week. The White House assured us that Head Start would not be affected. That was a lie. Providers across the state experienced outages, and some were unable to make their payroll. They assured us that they were doing nothing to take away individual assistance from the most vulnerable people in our state. But they refused to say that they would restore LIHEAP, the Low-Income Housing Energy Assistance Program, payments to support the unemployment system, and Meals on Wheels. These are programs that hundreds of thousands of Illinoisans depend on: children, seniors, veterans, working parents. Let's just be clear about what happened over the last 24 hours. At 7:42 p.m. last night, we saw a memo from the White House saying that they were pausing federal funding across the board. This morning, along with all 50 states across the country, we discovered that our ability to access critical federal funding had been cut off. And now the administration would like us to believe that these were just coincidental website outages. Donald Trump and his administration have not earned the benefit of the doubt. They are either lying to us or they are critically incompetent.
Okay, and neither one is good. He said either they're lying to us or they're critically incompetent. Okay, neither one is good. Okay? This is all nefarious. What do you all have to say about it all? Anybody have anything to say about that? Okay, I mean, isn't this what he said wasn't going to happen? See, this is why I told you, you gotta, prepare for the inevitable. Okay, that's what you got to do, because you never know what the powers that shouldn't be are going to be up to. All right, you just never know. And like I told y'all, don't forget that power grid issue is coming. And the bottom line is this: listen, now they want to sit here and act like it was just maintenance problems with the internet services. Is that what he said? Like they're acting like there's nothing, nefarious going on. TC Dan said they're lying and incompetent. It's both, Queen. It might be. Okay, that's exactly what it sounds like. Well, let's talk about hold on. We're gonna get into Kamala in a second, because Kamala got some stuff going on. She had to pop out. Fight over Trump's funding freeze and year of the snake begins. Let's get into it, honey. It's all crazy. Trump got people out here fighting, and he ain't even been in office a month. Low down dirty snake.
It's important you get the right score for your goal.
With my FICO, I can access my FICO scores, including the scores that lenders use for credit card, auto, and mortgage.
Girl, shut up.
Offer by email late this afternoon. The White House expects 5 to 10% of the federal workforce to accept it, which could lead to $100 billion in annual savings. But tonight, in a blow to the administration, a federal judge has temporarily blocked the president's attempt at another government shakeup, after the Office of Management and Budget overnight ordered a temporary pause on grant, loan, or federal financial assistance programs that might run counter to President Trump's executive orders.
It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies. President Trump is looking out for you by issuing this pause because he is being good steward of your taxpayer dollars.
Democrats immediately assailed the president's action.
This decision is lawless, dangerous, destructive, cruel. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional.
While several state Democratic attorneys general sued to block the move.
When Congress dedicates funding for a program, the president cannot pull that funding on a whim.
But Republicans defending the freeze.
Let's get a handle on all this spending and figure out if it's going where it's supposed to go, or if there's a lot of fraud being involved.
Tonight, the White House saying individual federal assistance would not be paused or reviewed under its plan.
Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause.
But all of it sparked confusion about who would be impacted. The White House says Head Start, the early childhood education program for low-income families, would not be affected. But Connecticut Democratic Senator Chris Murphy posting, quote, Head Start reimbursement system is shut down in his state. What was your reaction when you heard about this order overnight?
Yeah, it was a shock to ask.
While in Florida, Talithia Edwards' 4-year-old son Raymond is one of the more than 800,000 children served by the program. She told me the uncertainty is nerve-wracking.
You look for other options, but there aren't many options when you think about affordability in child care.
Garrett, that judge temporarily blocking the pause on federal assistance until a hearing next week. Meantime, President Trump has issued a new executive order impacting transgender children and teens. What can you tell us about that?
That's right, Lester. This order says the U.S. will not fund, promote, or assist in any way with transition surgeries for anyone under age 19, including directing government health care providers to exclude coverage for pediatrics, transgender surgeries, or hormone treatments, all of it likely to spark a legal challenge. Lester?
Well, I'll have to agree with that part. Okay, but what do y'all think, honey? Now, either Trump is incompetent or lying. Well, he's lying. He's lying. They thought they were so slick and sly. I'm telling y'all right now. When they got up there and said, oh, it's not going to affect your Medicaid, your food stamps. No, stop. Okay. If you shut down, if you put a freeze on the programs or the organizations that disperse those things, of course, it's going to affect that. That's common sense, which the people who tried to correct me clearly didn't use. Okay. I'm not going to say they didn't have any, but in this case, they didn't use it. Okay. Please pay attention. Now, one must always think critically, look at things from the outside in and then again from the inside out, okay? Don't just look at things in one way, all right? That's how you can't see the truth sometimes. Now, with that all being said, Trump needs to sit down somewhere because this man is a whole hot mess. And I want you all to pay attention to how that guy called him lawless. Trump is the man that they're talking about in 2 Thessalonians 2:3 about the man of lawlessness. That's absolutely Trump. Listen, perfect description. It says, the verse about the man of lawlessness, it says, let no one deceive you in any way, for that day will not come unless the rebellion comes first. Remember the rebellion? That was the Capitol riots. Pay attention. And the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. Y'all gonna tell me that's not Trump? That's absolutely him. Okay, and the rebellion did come first. Okay, and then there he was right back in office. Prophecy. I've said enough. I think I've said it. You see how I made that fit my narratives with ease? Please pay attention. Now pass the offering plate. But with that all been said, now that seriously does sound like Trump. I'm being facetious, but that clearly sounds like Trump, okay? And then that man called him lawless. I mean, I was like, yeah, that absolutely sounds like him. Okay, it sounds exactly like him. He just does whatever the hell he wants and thinks there should be no consequences. Okay, Lisa said, Lord, how old is the press secretary? I'm impacted because I have to work until I'm 90. You know, I was wondering the same question. That lady looks young as hell. She looks like she's probably anywhere from, I would say, 28 to like maybe 33, somewhere along. I could give her 35 at the most. But thank you for your insight into the topic, beloved, and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. I mean, Leon said, Queen, you hit it square on the head. Thank you. Lillian X said, hashtag you heard it here first. Pretty Wing said she's 27. See, did not tell you. Did not tell you. This is all a hot mess. That's it. Well, you know, when you got the complexion for the protection, you can get those kinds of jobs real quick, whether you have experience or not. Not saying that she doesn't mind you, because I don't know the young lady. She looks like a lovely young lady, in fact. Okay, so let's talk about Lord Jamar and Godfrey, y'all. I couldn't resist. You see, I saw someone posted something. Y'all know I love Godfrey, but I saw someone posted something about Lord Jamar supposedly suing Godfrey or something like that. And I meant to go back and look at it days ago, but I forgot. And then someone asked me last night if I was going to talk about it. I'm like, I don't even really know what's going on. Now, let me venture to find out what's going on here. And y'all, when I saw what went down, I'm like, Lord Jamar, please say it ain't so. Here's the thing. I want you guys to pay attention. Listen, do not, and I'm talking to the men, because the men are the one with all this testosterone and with these big egos, and they can't take their L's when need be. Just think about it. I'm going to give y'all a lesson in life right here today. I'm going to give y'all a lesson in life right here today, and I want y'all to listen close. Pay attention. Now, you know, men, they love to say that women are emotional creatures. This is what they say. Women are emotional creatures, and they're just strong, manly men. But here's the thing. Men are the emotional creatures, okay? I want y'all to pay attention. Men are the ones that be all up in their little old feelings, okay? That's what they do. And how do you know this? Because men are the ones who get so jealous, get their little old feelings so hurt if their girl goes out and cheats on them. They won't dare to take her back because they can't stand it. Their little feelings are so hurt, and they cry their little tears, and their egos are so bruised they can't dare let their guys know, their friends know, their homies know that they took her back after she cheated. But women, if their man cheat, well, women can forgive you, you know, even if you embarrass them, and they'll still try to work it out. But men, they just can't, because they be all in their feelings, emotional. Okay, but let's not stop there. All right. Men are also emotional when they have women, some of them, not all, but when they have women who make more money than them. They get all in their feelings and start to feel all insecure. Oh, she doesn't need me. She's being independent, this, that, and the third. This is what men do. Men are the ones who get ready to fight when somebody's looking at their woman with a whole side eye or whatever, or they think that somebody's flirting. They literally get ready to throw blows. And men are the ones who, when they get into arguments, they want to go get a gun rather than fight. Okay, some of y'all thugs, they go get guns and want to fight. Okay, they want to start fireworks in the city because they're mad and butthurt in their feelings because somebody embarrassed them or somebody called them out or somebody said something they didn't like. Emotional. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention, but they want to say women are always in their feelings. Women are so emotional. No, men are a whole lot emotionally unstable than women. Men are a whole lot more emotionally unstable than women. And then there you have it. Keep it real, said possessive. Yes, some of them are possessive, especially if they're insecure. You see, that's the thing. Those two go together hand in hand. Okay, insecurity always going to bring you somebody that's possessive, because they always worried somebody's going to try to snatch you up or you're going to find somebody better. That's what their mind focuses on. And usually that's exactly what happens, because they manifest it, because that's all they keep thinking about. And then the other person gets tired of them being so clingy. So that's how that goes. Do y'all want me to become a relationship expert? I'd have to charge you all by the hour. Please pay attention. But anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Now, Lillian says she can't stand a possessive man. Honey, who can? Honey, it's all crazy. Now, let's talk about it, because here's the thing. The reason I brought up all that about the emotions is because Lord Jamar is clearly in his. Now, he lost the debate. He got angry, got up and walked out and all that. Then wanted Godfrey not to play it, and Godfrey didn't play it, but somebody else did, the other person who was on there. And then he went on some show with people who don't look like him and talked about Godfrey. Now, there's where I draw the line, Lord Jamar. there is where the queen draws the line. I was with you. I said, okay, he was all of this feelings. This is something they can fix this or whatever. Just apologize and they can be back bros. But dude, you went on a whole show with people who don't look like you to talk about a person who looks like you. See, that's where, that's what I don't do. Okay, but let's go to the footage because Godfrey had a whole lot to say as he told his side of the story. And I'm going to put an overlay on this. I have not talked to Godfrey to see if I can borrow this. But I find it all very nefarious. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to add a little music too, just to be on the safe side.
This up now. I had to bring you in on this. So yeah. I'm giving my history of how much I respected Lord Jamar just from the history of hip hop and shit like that. And so he comes on the first time, the flat earth thing, gets a lot, big views, It was awesome. Right. I said, man, there's a guy that was watching you. I think Dave, he's a Professor Dave. He saw your shit and he was like disputing you.
He said, clip here of him saying he gave an open invite to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay, let's.
I think you out of order, God.
I'm out of order.
Yeah, Mike, play the clip.
I'm on.
Which clip? The one where he challenges Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Which clip are you talking about?
He knows. Yeah, the one with Neil when he.
That's what he's saying. Here we go.
Yeah.
Right. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You don't respect Neil deGrasse?
No, I would debate him in a minute.
Really?
Absolutely.
Damn.
He's an actor. He has
what
a
about
SAG
Terrence
card.
Howard?
Terrence Howard is a smart dude, but he's off too.
The Earth is a triangle. Let me explain. There's isosceles, there's equilateral, and there's scalene. It's not a circle. It's not flat. It's a triangle. You're all wrong. All of you mothers are wrong. And it's because I'm light-skinned that you don't believe me.
So that's what he said during the thing.
He said he would challenge Neil deGrasse Tyson and said that Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I happen to know. I met Neil, but I'm really tight with Chuck Nice. As comics, we know Chuck Nice.
He works with
does Star
Neil
Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's he can have the footage.
Right.
This dude has 4 million followers, so he wasn't charging us anything to come on.
Right.
He was coming on. And all he asked for is just so long as I can get the footage.
Yeah. So
now let me just say this because I did fast forward you guys because this is like a 30-minute video. Okay, so this is like the 11-minute mark where Godfrey's explaining how oh God, I forgot. Hold on.
And then I didn't do it.
Okay, yeah, Godfrey was explaining how Lord Jamar didn't want him to air that footage. And so he didn't air it, but the other person had recorded it, I guess streamed it at the same time. And so they uploaded it and it got millions of views. Okay, but let's go from there.
Everybody's asking me, why didn't you put up the flat earth shit? Yo, man, why didn't you put up? Nah. And even on videos, like my regular content, people are like, yo, fuck all that. Where's that footage of the flat earth? Yo, Godfrey, this was funny, but yo, what's up with that? You ain't slick. Yo, you just gonna put up shit and act like you missed an episode? Motherfuckers was mad as shit.
It was like, fuck your Steve Harvey.
Yo, man, that's a good impersonation, but impersonate that episode, motherfucker. They were coming at me still to this day. They go, why'd you let this motherfucker punk you into not? I said, it wasn't about that. It was about being a friend. That's what We're not those kind of guys. I just said, you showing up, cool. I even gave you money for the toll. Congestion fucking tax data. I said, this is your behavior. And now you blaming me for that shit? That's just that's bullshit.
Now,
that makes
back up, Godfrey, back up 2 points. So I'm not afraid of nobody, and I didn't do nothing wrong. So I text Jamar. I was like, yo, there's no way I would ever drug you. That's crazy.
It was at that moment that I knew the Lord Jamar went out bad. He accused him of drugging him, said that him and Big Dude were smoking together before the show, and said Big Dude had to have drugged him. Now that's when he really went out bad right there. Now he knows darn well it's not that serious. Who's gonna go through all of that for footage when you're the one that said you wanted to debate that man? When you offered the invitation? It's all crazy, but let's continue.
Right. He was like, oh, Godfrey said drugged. I didn't say drugged. I was like, well, I just want you to know I would never drug you. I go, and the only reason why we set this up in the first place was because you said you wanted to debate out of his own mouth. You saw the video. You said you wanted to
debate Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Debate Neil deGrasse
Right.
Tyson.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Neil.
Yeah.
So I got the next best thing. And that's how it went down. I had no idea that he wasn't inept to with his own points or to deal with this dude.
Yeah.
Or any of that. It was just me putting it together because he asked.
Yeah. That's and so, yeah, man. And he said, I'm gonna take some legal action. You know, if you and then he goes, I didn't sign anything to show my. It's like that. You can't. You've been on my podcast before. Now you're doing this legal shit. Whatever is clever. You can't do that. Like,
not threatening to sue. Doesn't this ring the same tune as Billy Carson? Doesn't this sound a lot like what Billy Carson did when he lost that debate to Wes Huff? You see how this is what I'm talking about. Men, emotional men in their feelings, don't want to take their L's. Okay? You don't have to make excuses or why you got upset or why you failed to prove your point or whatever. Just take the L. But anyway, can't do that. Too much of a big head. Please pay attention.
Now you're gonna do a lawsuit on me? Like what? Yeah. You called him F words and all kind of other shit. You know? So, and it's almost like you're trying to make up a beef, I guess. Maybe that's a rap thing.
He tried to Drake you.
Yeah, he's trying to Drake me. Like, I'm like, huh? It's like you're bad. Your enemy is the guy Dave, not me. And then you're calling us sucker bitch and all this other shit. I'm like, maybe you're that kind of guy. Maybe you're that kind of whack ass dude. That's what you are. Because I didn't call you any names. I said, let me just you fucked my money up.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, oh, they're just doing this for views. What individual on social media is not doing shit for fucking views? What motherfucker? If you ain't doing shit for views, you should not be on social media. Everybody wants views. That's why everybody and their mama is twerking on whatever. They're doing sketches with their kids so they can be fucking influencers. You have to have views. That is how these fucking things work. Views work. That's how you get money. Okay? That's how everybody's doing this shit for views. And you fucking right, I'm doing this for views.
But he's implying you sold him out for views.
I sold him out for views. That's what I did. I sold him out. My views came because he's been on my show. Stop. I've earned my shit on my own.
He's creating this beef to get the views.
Probably, yeah. That helps him get.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I think we've heard enough to get the gist of it. So Lord Jamar, went out really bad. Okay, he went out really bad. This is very much so pathetic. Now, sitting up there saying that they drugged you, blaming Godfrey, saying he sold you out for views. And, Godfrey said the same thing I told you all just a week or so ago. I said, of course, when somebody says you're doing something for clicks and views, of course, everybody on YouTube is doing stuff for clicks and views. Now, some people may do a little bit extra to get theirs, but at the end of the day, that's what we all want, is clicks and views. Okay? It's all so nefarious. At the end of the day, I really feel sad because they had a good friendship from the looks of it. And it's just a shame that men do this a whole lot more than women. Men will allow their pride, their ego to get in the way of a healthy friendship, okay? Of a loyal friendship that they've had for years. All right? They will allow their pride, their ego to do so. Because that's all this is. Lord Jamar's pride was hurt. And so he got upset. He's the one who said he would debate that man. Now, he should be able to look at that man's videos and see that man's intelligent. So if you're going to debate somebody, you should already, have estimated their intelligence at least. Overestimate rather than underestimate. That's what you should always do when you're going to debate somebody. So, Leon Gardner said too emotional. Yes. TC Dan said, I think that's true sometimes. It is. I'm telling you it's true. I'm telling you it is true. See, some of y'all men don't want to realize it or believe it, but some of y'all are very much so emotional. Okay? Alexa, play I Get So Emotional by Whitney Houston. So with that all been said, listen, I'm out of here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Now, it is 10 o'clock, okay? 5 after 10. You guys, I'm going to be back at 1 o'clock, all right, with this video, because I got to do a reaction to Too Strong's video that they did last night, because, honey, what I tell you was all nefarious, okay, and I got to talk about that. So, everyone, please tune in. Oh, and let me say this, too. This is the thing. There was one part I wanted you all to see. Hold on. I got to go back to the video, because there was one part I really wanted you all to see. This is where Lord Jamar really went out bad. Now, I couldn't even believe this. I wouldn't even have believed this until I saw it with my own too. We've got to go back to this because y'all got to see this crap. Y'all got to see what happened when he went on the show of the people that don't look like him and what they did, honey. I was absolutely appalled. I wasn't shocked. I was shocked that he didn't say anything. Just a little.
With him, I just think you calling us names and calling me out. I'm like, I did you a favor. I tried. And then you doing that. And so you backstabbing me. What the fuck kind of friend is that?
Hey, Mike, go to minute 4.
And then he goes, oh, we going to take care of that. Like, take care of what? What did you think? What did you get from that, Dante, when he said we're going to take care of that?
Sound like a threat.
Like, oh, we're going to take care of that. Like, what do you mean? Over flat earth. This is what we're doing. But that's that hip-hop petty shit, I think. Comics we don't operate like that. You might get mad at a motherfucker here and there, but we don't really operate like that. But rappers will be like, I'm coming to get you. You said that thing about me in that one track. The fuck? This shit is wild. Go ahead.
But I definitely was not myself that night. And I thought certain people were my friend, And you don't want to believe that your friends would do certain things, but yeah, it's definitely possible. But yeah, I was just not in my right state of mind. I apologize for allowing y'all to see me lose my cool. Yeah, that's what happened.
He believes his own shit. So I just wanted to get that out and talk about that.
He just seems, I don't know him
Yeah.
at all. And I am I understand the situation. And from what I saw, it seems like he embarrassed.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it seems like he's embarrassed, and it doesn't seem like he buys his own shit. I think it's a performance.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a performance.
Yeah.
Like he can be very direct with the words he wants to say, and then other times he's choosing to use like coded language and make he's not talking directly.
Right.
I think that he knows exactly what he's doing, and part of it is the clicks of it all, and the attention. But I think that it is embarrassing if for a very long time you've been able to hold a position as like all knowing and respectable, and I say something and people believe it. Black person,
right?
And that probably was also because, as you said, Lord Jamar was a conscious rapper,
no doubt.
And so, as much as it's not being said, it's like not only is it a non-Black person, the science guy David, he also appears to be younger, and so this is all this information, all of these things going into this person that is sort of eloquently and effortlessly disproving what you said. And now your audience of people, you and Dante, who at first were like, we're going to give you the stage.
Yes.
You guys were like, he can do this because he said he wanted to debate Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
That's if you want to debate the best, then sure enough, we could give you the JV baller, right?
Right. Exactly.
And so then when it goes off the rails in that way, I think he's just really embarrassed. And it takes a lot for any human being when they're embarrassed, but especially a grown male Black rapper. I mean, just if you just go through it takes a lot to be like, you know what? Let me go back and get that info. I don't have the information. I
think it's 17 minutes in.
On it, like you
release. Since you feel like maybe I embarrassed in front of like you talking to these two motherfuckers, and they're bringing up fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets with them. Right?
Show that.
Show that Kentucky Fried Chicken example.
That's minute 17.
And he didn't check them on it. Like,
so here's the thing. So after that, he went to the Flat Earth dudes. He did a show with the Flat Earth dudes, and the dude. Well, go ahead, because I can't even explain it. Like, so. Mike, you got it on I think it's 17 minutes.
Now I want you all to pay attention to what this dude on the channel that Lord Jamar went on, what he did. This was clearly racist and clearly a dig, and Lord Jamar didn't say one word.
It's in
on it, like you just said. You can't stick a cruise ship or a person to the bottom of it. You can't contain air on the outside of it. So it's not a model, it's a toy. But if we looked at the Flat Earth model and compared it to a bucket of a dinner of bucket from Kentucky Fried Chicken with the mashed potatoes and the gravy and everything, the gravy lays level in there. It's contained. You can float a cruise ship on it. The plastic dome over the top, you can put air in there. It'll be contained. No one's going to fall off of it. You put a little boat in there or a person. And it's contained. A bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken is a better model for the Earth than the globe.
So, like, how you don't push back on? Like, all of a sudden, I've seen Dave, and I've seen him. That dude is called Flat Earth Dave. I've seen him debate people before. Never heard him use Kentucky Fried Chicken as the model. A bucket of it. All of a sudden, now he's talking to a Black dude. Now the model. Let me say it so you understand.
That's like a tub of collard green, and there's water in that tub. It's a container, and the collard green.
We hollowed out a watermelon. We put Hennessy. We filled it up with Hennessy. And no shape and point at the time the boat did not. You couldn't see the bottom of the boat, no matter how Hennessy finds its own level.
And if it's a slave boat, right? There's slaves in the bottom of the boat. Now.
Okay, so you all heard that. I mean, that was just embarrassing. That was cringe. And he didn't say a word. Now, he knew darn well that guy was trying to be racist. I caught that right away. Why would he bring up Kentucky Fried Chicken and giving his example? But again, Lord Jamar, like they said, he subjected himself to that. He's just out here looking real crazy because my whole thing is making excuses for why you lost the debate. Yeah, that's always bad. Okay, that's always bad. Don't make an excuse. Just be accountable. Greta said, very embarrassing. Yeah. See, here's the thing. If he just sat there and lost the debate, he should have been embarrassed. Anyone can lose. That's all about life. You can't always win. There's always someone better, no matter how good you think you are at something. But the bottom line is him going out there making excuses, talking trash about Godfrey, acting like they set him up, like somebody drugged him and all of that. Okay? Like, that's the dumbest ever. He sounds like Billy Carson and his wife when they were making up all those stupid excuses because he lost that debate. Remember they came and said, oh, he almost died. He literally almost died the night before. Well, if he almost died the night before, maybe he shouldn't be doing a debate. Maybe he shouldn't be on somebody's podcast. Okay? I mean, all these dumb ass excuses. Just take your L like a champ, okay? It says more about you when you can handle defeat. Because you can't always win. You know what it looks like when people like that lose and they go through these to such great lengths to make excuses, to act as though someone cheated them. Somehow the cards weren't stacked in their favor. Okay, somehow it all went awry because somebody had it in for them. When people do all of that, they just remind me of little kids who throw temper tantrums in the store when their mother doesn't want to buy them candy. They act like little spoiled brats who don't know how to take no for an answer, who cannot accept accountability, and who can just not admit that they were wrong. You know what that means? That means that's narcissistic tendencies. Okay, now I'm not saying Lord Jamar is a narcissist, but I'm saying he has narcissistic tendencies. He absolutely does. And you see, the main thing about people who are very narcissistic or have those sorts of tendencies is their pride. And what do they tell you in the Bible? Pride goeth before the fall. Some people are so prideful that they'll lose friendships. People who've had their back and been there for them, with them for years, all because they cannot admit that they were wrong. They cannot apologize for their nefarious actions. And the reason that narcissists can't apologize or refuse to do so is because that's an admission of them doing something wrong. And narcissists never admit being wrong. They never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. I only lost because they put something in my weed. Yeah, they drugged me. It was a setup. I wasn't in my right mind. All of these excuses, okay? Please pay attention. Honey, I absolutely cannot with Lord Jamar. I just absolutely cannot. Okay? Now he is doing the absolute most at this point. He needs to call Godfrey behind closed doors. We don't need to be privy to the conversation. He needs to call that man and apologize. Okay? They have been good friends. He needs to call him and apologize. Say, look, man, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I was all in my emotions. I was embarrassed. Just admit you were wrong and apologize to that man, because Godfrey didn't do anything to you. You brought this on yourself. You asked that man for debates. And all these excuses. Y'all, if y'all ever see the queen get into a debate and I lose, which is going to happen first of all, but even if it ever did, and I get up here and tell y'all some silly arse excuses, I just wasn't feeling myself today. My throat was dry. Please. Okay? Somebody put something in my tea. If I get up here saying some dumb ish like that, roast me, okay? For filth. Roast me for filth, okay? For even trying y'all like that. For having y'all effed up, okay? Don't let me get away with it, that's all I'm saying. I absolutely cannot. Lord Jamar, beloved, you went out bad. Okay? You went out Michael Jackson bad. Okay? That's how bad you went out. The only way to come back from this L is to apologize to Godfrey. Do it behind closed doors. We don't have to hear it, but we'll know that you did after we see you guys talking again and hanging out and being bros. We'll know that you went behind our backs and apologized. So please do that. Okay? Don't let your friendship be in vain just because you're being vain. All right? Make it all make sense. That all being said, I'm out of here. You can say, Queen, you are something different. I know, beloved, when the Most High created me, he broke the mold. Please pay attention. Oh, can I get a witness? Anyway, listen. I'm out of here, you guys. Don't forget to tune back in at 1 o'clock because y'all do not, I repeat, y'all do not want to miss this reaction video, okay? So that all being said, Leon said, be a man about it, okay? Greta said, sorry, Queen, the friendship is cooked. Well, it probably is. All right, so, I'm sorry. Hold on. Thank you. Lillian said, no Kabami talk, Queen. I forgot to tell y'all about Kamala. Thank you, beloved. Darn it. See, this is what happens when I have all these topics. Okay, so let's talk about it. Thank you for reminding me. Kamala, bring your tail right back here. Don't even think about it. So here's the thing. Kamala is blaming her husband, Doug, for her loss, for her losing the election, okay? She said it's all Doug's fault with all the scandals and whatnot that he had. And just basically said, and this is according to an insider. So let's get into it. Inside former VP Kamala Harris's marriage turmoil as Doug Emhoff's scandals are blamed for losing presidency. And so here they say, Kamala Harris was all smiles and affection for her beloved second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, in the immediate aftermath of her crushing presidential election defeat. But now that President Donald Trump has been sworn into office for sore loser Harris, This is clearly a conservative publication, but let me continue. It should at least be entertaining. Now, it is now all about the blame game, and her target has flipped to her dead weight husband. You guys, I want you all to pay attention. They said her dead weight husband. Now, the fact that they're going in on Kamala like this, I won't stand for it. Okay, I will not stand for it, but I'm going to read it anyway because it's entertaining, but I really won't stand for it. I want y'all to pay attention. And here's the thing. Just so you all know who wrote this mess, it is none other than the Daily Mail. They're a conservative publication, okay? So that's why they're going in, but let's continue. So her dead weight husband says there's plenty of blame to go around for as far as Kamala is concerned, and there's plenty to go around, and Doug has his share. So Doug did Kamala no favors during the election. Frankly, he looked like a hypocritical ace after the bombshells that we had got, that he had got his child's nanny pregnant while married to his first wife and assaulted his ex-girlfriend on the heels of his I Am a Woman crusade. Despite their brave united front at the inauguration and at President Jimmy Carter's January 9th funeral, those close to the couple believe all is not hunky-dory between them. And word is the husband of California girl Kamala has already signed up for a job with a Big Apple law firm, which would require them to split their time between New York and Los Angeles. This is all nothing but salacious gossip, honey. These people are so messy. At Monday's presidential inauguration, the couple presented a united front, though their expressions remained grim as they sat through Trump's speech, their faces mirroring the tension. That's because they had to listen to the sound of Trump's voice. What does that have to do with marital woes? These people are obnoxious. Harris, wearing a black pantsuit with exposed zippers, sat stoically throughout the ceremony, holding an inaugural program in her lap. She was seen crossing her wrist and pinching the program in her fingers as Trump delivered his address. Do you all hear this? How is this news? How the hell is this news? Okay, I want you all to pay attention. Why am I reading this? Because it's funny as hell, but let's continue because they need to stop. Imhoff similarly matched the disdain on his wife's face, but took it a step further, grimacing and shaking his head lightly when Trump promised to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. The couple left the Capitol building together, briefly shaking hands with Trump and bidding Joe and Jill Biden farewell, with plans to return to California. But now that Harris has been defeated, she's reportedly looking to undergo a complete image overhaul to resuscitate her floundering political career, maybe at the expense of Imhoff. This is all made up bullshit. These people clearly made this up, okay? And to think that I used to actually believe Daily Mail was a reputable publication. But let me continue. As the DailyMail.com exclusively reported, she plans to write a book which could give her finances a multi-million-dollar boost. Harris's campaign suffered multiple setbacks after DailyMail.com exclusively reported a series of allegations surrounding Imhoff that Harris deftly brushed aside during the final stretch of her political journey. Ooh, honey, don't ever piss off the Daily Mail, honey, because they will come for your neck. Did y'all hear that? The Daily Mail is messy, okay? Rupert Murdoch, doesn't he own them? It's all nefarious. Okay, they're the same ones be lying on Prince Harry and Meghan. Please pay attention. Now, so that all being said, I find it all interesting. TC Dan said, yes, it's actually true that Trump and his minions want to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I know they do. It sounds ridiculous. Okay, the Gulf of America sounds crazy. Okay, leave it the Gulf of Mexico. All right, just leave it as it is. Era said, this is the look of defeat. This is all crazy. Judah said, isn't her husband a part of them folks? She better stop. She's going to end up like Candace Owens. That's not her saying that. That's the Daily Mail with their lying selves. They need to sit down. Okay, Vix Tech said the British tabloids are vicious. Yes, they absolutely are. I mean, they just listen. I have not found one of their, maybe the Sun, but for the most part, their publications are just tabloids. Okay, there's a couple of YouTubers that should work for them. Because they are nothing but tabloids as far as I'm concerned, honey. Be telling just so many lies and painting false narratives and all that. All right. So anyway, hey, Danielle, beloved. Okay, so listen, I'm out of here, folks. Don't forget to tune in at 1 o'clock, okay, for the reaction video from Too Strong and or from his video. And with that all being said, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one, teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Soul all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me?